I went through school for power engineering in Sarnia and was unable to get a job there other than short-term contract work. And that was spotty at the best. So I applied to Keanu to get into their power engineering program for getting my third class time because of their guaranteed co-op.
And then we came with him because Keanu had housing.
That was the big thing that saved us.
Yeah, we had Keanu housing, so we could afford it. The job situation in Ontario was terrible. Like for teaching, they were closing schools, and left, right, and center, there were just no jobs. And for
teachers.
And for power engineering, it wasn't much better. The plants were full and they weren't hiring. We were poor.
So we were scraping things together.
We had no money and 4 kids. And my parents have a beef farm, so we were able to get beef from them. I can cook hamburger 100 different ways. Like we got here and it was, we're hearing stories about teenagers losing their job and them calling them up the next day and saying, can you come back? We came and we're hemorrhaging money and I'm like, what do we do? And I kept getting these ads for school bus driving. And I had 2 kids at home and 2 in school. So I couldn't just go out and run and get a job, and he was in school. I went in and talked to them, and 2 seconds later it was like, okay, when you need to come and do training. And it was just so easy to get a job. Our church needed an administrative assistant, and so I talked to the people there about doing that, and 5 minutes later I was hired. So I got 2 jobs really fast, and they were both jobs that I could take the children with me.
I picked up a co-op position with Opti out at Long Lake site. That was in March of 2008, and I had my full-time contract halfway through for permanent employment. Went from basically student to operator in 6 months.
So we were able to go home that summer. He couldn't because he was working, but the rest of us were able to drive back to Ontario and visit everybody. And when I came back, I didn't have to drive school bus anymore because we were able to look after ourselves. It just became so much easier. We were able to buy a house a year and a day after arriving in Fort McMurray. He was overjoyed.
Yeah,
I was overjoyed.
It was, it's a big difference from, trying to figure out where the money's going to come from to having more money than you knew what to do with.
I started teaching English actually to newcomers to Fort McMurray, to Canada. Things have just been good ever since. I grew up on a beef farm. Tractors don't run on solar energy. You need oil. You can't make these things without oil. Oil is you can slowly change to other energies, solar energy and wind and what have you. But oil is the background of those things, and until you can run without oil, you have to continue producing oil.